Mark Strange and Scott Adkins to the stage. First of all, guys, thank you so much for all your amazing work in this fantastic movie. I'm sure there are questions from the audience, which I'll get to shortly, but maybe I'll get the ball rolling with a few questions of my own. First of all, I'd like to ask you both, what does it feel like to be involved in this massive kind of global franchise? Like, what does it actually feel like to kind of get involved and see yourself in this movie?
It's a fantastic honour. It really is. Well, you know, it's the best modern day kung fu franchise. I mean, I don't know if there's another kung fu franchise at the moment, but you know what I'm saying. We grew up watching these kung fu films, and for me personally, to be in a proper, real kung fu movie is a real thrill.
For me, I was kind of like, I kind of got the call kind of later on, and when I got the call, and the call was like, "Oh, you're going to be fighting Bruce Lee on screen," that was like incredible. Never mind being Ip Man 4, but fighting the character of Bruce Lee as well on top of that, it was the icing on the cake. Yeah, it was awesome, fantastic.
It's a really great fight, mate.
Thanks.
It's a brilliant fight.
That means so much, you telling me that.
No, it's
It's
probably my favourite part of the film.
Thank you.
Close second is watching him kick the shit out of me.
Thank you.
You're obviously both playing sort of key big villains in the movie. You both have like huge set piece fights. They're kind of two of the key points in the movie. How do you sort of go about when you're working at this kind of level with this kind of big blockbuster filmmaking? How do you go about kind of putting those fights together? Are you heavily involved in all the choreography? Is there a lot of rehearsal, or what sort of goes on when you're sort of putting together those two big fights?
Well, again, working on this, Yuen Wu-ping, one of the best, well, the best guy on the planet, and his whole team, having them around me, I was just kind of learning on the spot, and it was like going back to school again, you know. And I remember you messaging me, Scott, and I was in so much pain. Yeah, and I was thinking, this is really, really tough. You know, it's really, really tough action, and I don't know if anyone's ever done any wire work. That's really painful as well, you know. So, but yeah, every day I discovered a new injury or new cut, and the bit with the nunchucks. Even I cut my head open on the there was like, you know, like there's a little kind of pin on the nunchucks, and I went like that, smashed myself in the head with them. Yeah, and all of a sudden there's blood pouring from my head. I was like, you know, Pig's standing there. He's like, "Are you okay?" You know. So, but no, incredible experience, and trust me, I love what I do, and I'm so honoured and privileged to be in this film. It's amazing.
And to answer your question, you don't go up to Master Yuen Wu-ping and say, "I think you should do it this way." You do as you're told. You try and learn from the master, and it's an honour to be there working with him, and of course Donnie Yen, who himself in his own right is an action director.
Yeah. No, it must have been like an absolutely amazing thrill to work with someone like Donnie Yen, obviously this big iconic star. What was that call like when you first sort of like learned when you were going to be in this movie? Did you talk directly to him?
I got a message on Instagram from Donnie Yen. I don't remember at what point we became. I met him at Comic-Con in London. Maybe we became friends on Instagram at that point. I got a message from him on Instagram. He said, "I've told the producers that they are to get you." So that was great to hear.
Let's open up to audience questions. Let's go to this gentleman just back here. Hello.
Probably to both of you, what was harder, the action choreography or practicing American accents?
Oh, what was it for you, mate?
Well, I was quite lucky because I said nothing. I just had to kind of
sounded like American when you grunted.
I worked a long time on the grunt, you know. No, for me it was just being intimidating and taunting Bruce. That was by doing his special hand gestures. Yeah, so, but no, it was kind of, for me, I didn't have that problem. I just had to look hard. Yeah, so that was it.
The American accent, it does take work, but of course it's not as painful as the other bit.
It's really, really interesting dynamic. I'm interested in the movie between obviously these two kind of like conflicting. Obviously, there's a big theme in the movie about immigration and about racism, about the specific time period that we're set in. But there's also this idea of this kind of conflict over whether or not this kind of country should be shared with like a Western sort of set of users and audiences. Did you guys talk about all of this? You're obviously dealing with like a big multinational cast with lots of kind of different people from different areas of the world. Do you talk about the big themes in the movie? You're obviously all coming from fighting backgrounds of disparate kind of natures.
The director, Wilson Yip, he, from the outside, living in China, looking at America at the time, he wanted to make a comment on what he was seeing from the government in America at the moment with the immigration and stuff, and that's clear. And it has parallels with what was going on in the 60s. So he definitely wanted to show some of that. But I think, he does show it from the other side as well, where you've got Wu Ye's character who, he doesn't want Bruce Lee giving the Chinese secrets to the Westerners. And obviously Ip Man's in the middle, believing that what Bruce Lee does is fine. And so you do get it from both sides. But yes, I am a racist bastard.
More questions for you?
As an actor, Scott, how hard was it to be racist?
I was just myself. No, of course not. I enjoy playing the villain, and that can be seen in my other work. I do enjoy it, and I get stuck in and I go for it and I have fun with it. But that's the bit where Donnie's on the floor and I, give him that racial slur. I did feel quite uncomfortable doing it. One, because it's Donnie Yen, and two, because I was surrounded by about 50 Chinese people. So I just said, look, I apologise for what I'm about to say, but the director has told me that I'm supposed to. No, but it's a little bit strange, but my job's just to portray the character that the director wants me to portray so that he can tell his story. But maybe at this present moment I am the most hated man in China. Especially with Wolf Warrior as well.
Channeling a bit of Full Metal Jacket as well in the movie, maybe like with all this kind of drill stuff.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. And I didn't want to just do that, but it's kind of hard not to. But yeah, that's like, if you think about the American army, you think of that film really, that character. So for the Chinese audience, I think that's definitely what they wanted.
How much did you both know about Wing Chun prior to the film?
Well, I'd studied Wing Chun in Foshan. Yeah, is it Foshan?
Foshan, yeah.
Foshan, yeah. Yeah, back a long time ago. I've been doing martial arts now for 36 years. Yeah, Chinese martial arts. So to play a karate champion, it was just, I watched a load of Chuck Norris films. Enter the Dragon. Kind of embodied that kind of thing, because I'm from a Chinese style background, praying mantis. So I like that bit around the table, doing all the kind of, eagle claw and.
You must have been well pissed off doing all the karate.
Yeah.
But the other guy, Chris Collins, he's a Wing Chun practitioner, and he was having to do the karate style. I know he was annoyed about that.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was good for revisiting some of Chuck Norris's old movies and stuff. Yeah.
You definitely channeled the Chuck.
I did.
Do you have more questions from the audience? There's one just in the middle there.
Hi guys, some great fight scenes, well done. Question for Scott, if I may. Obviously you've worked with a lot of great martial artists, Donnie Yen, Tony Jaa, Jackie Wu. What's been your most favourite and challenging kind of fight scene in your career?
So many. That was challenging. The Wing Chun was a different style. I'd not fought anyone using that sort of style before, so that took a bit of getting used to be honest, to catch the timing, the speed of the Wing Chun, but also, Donnie's fast. But yeah, they all have their different challenges. So I don't know, I can't say.
What was it like with Donnie?
Yes, amazing. I've got a lot of respect for him. I was, way back when, growing up, watching him in the line of duty and all that stuff, and he gave me a lot of advice and taught me a lot of things. And just working with someone like that, that's at the very top of the game. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And he's 56, and he does what we've just watched. I mean, it's amazing. It really is.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think maybe we've got one more question. Just here.
Okay, so it's really amazing that you got onto Ip Man. Have you ever visioned it? And your next film, what would your ideal, perfect film character be?
I don't know. I don't know, really don't know. I've got a train to catch. It's Christmas, everybody. I just want to say, Rick Baker. Rick, I used to go to Nottingham, Rick Baker had Eastern Heroes, and he used to put these kung fu films on. And I used to go there with my mum when I was a teenager. And buddy, that's what you call full circle, mate. That's what you call full circle. I want to say thank you to letting me see all those films when I was a kid. It inspired me to do this. Thanks, Rick. I've got to go. Merry Christmas, everyone. I can't take questions. So continue to talk to Mark.
Scott, it's Christmas, mate, and we want to give something back to you. You've always said that you're a Bruce Lee fan. So, to us, the modern generation, you are our Bruce Lee. And to honour that, we'd like to give you this.
Oh, yeah?
Merry Christmas.
What is it? Holy crap! Oh my god! That's brilliant! I can see everything. That is brilliant.
Let's everyone see it.
How good is that?
That's brilliant.
Talk about the camel toe show. No, that's great. That's going up in the garage.
It was done for you by a very talented artist called Christian Francone. So he's not here today, he's in the United States, so it would be amazing if you could maybe give him a shout out.
Because you can actually see that Bruce has missed. Dodged the kick, but the Guyver is about to hit clean. There you go. Brilliant. I'm going to go, everyone. I'm sorry. I don't want to miss out so much.
Thank you very much, Scott, for coming. So just quickly before we wrap up, thank you very much, Paul, for the Q&A. Thank you, Scott, for coming. I know you've got to rush off. Thanks, Mark, as well, for coming down. It was a really long journey. Thank you for everybody here as well who made the effort to come out. Don't forget, if you're not following us already, Finale Spirit Film Festival on all the social media channels. Our next event will probably be in Birmingham around April-ish, we're looking at, so follow us and have a good Christmas.